Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the biggest news for Cardano. ADA, we're going to touch on Midnight Network. Really big fan. Matter of fact, we probably will focus more on Midnight in this video. I think that Midnight, a compliant privacy layer, is the one thing that's been missing to bring in mainstream adoption for crypto, but also more adoption for Cardano. ADA, we're going to talk about a Midnight price prediction. There's a lot to dig into. There's a lot you don't want to miss. Also, how you can mine some free night tokens. Let's go. So we're going to start here on the Midnight website then. The scavenger mine is underway. And look, this is a great way to, get yourself some free night tokens. So this is 3.5 billion night tokens available to be claimed in the airdrop. So this is a really big deal, but it's a multi-phased night token distribution, including the scavenger mine, which is what's happening right now. 3.5 billion night tokens to be claimed. 626 million night tokens available to claim in the scavenger mine participation. So pretty big that. And then night generates dust, meaning that night holders can effectively transact on Midnight for absolutely nothing. So I would definitely encourage people to read through Midnight's tokenomics and incentives. There's a lot to dig into. They're actually looking for some ambassadors as well, so definitely check that out. But I do want to cover my price prediction for 2026 for Midnight. We talk about price predictions for Cardano ADA, but we haven't actually done a price prediction for Midnight yet. And I think that is going to be quite surprising. So I'm going to look at 2026, and I'm also going to look at 2030 for price predictions for the Midnight token. We've already heard what Charles Hoskinson said. We need to obviously take what everybody says with a pinch of salt. Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because we don't want to lose your money, right? And you are a higher risk of losing your money if you're just following people blindly. Do your own research. Engage with a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. You do risk losing all of your money if you invest in cryptocurrency, just to be aware. So we've also got Cardano facing whale sell-off as Midnight Network activity skyrockets. And look, they're talking about the mining aspect of things, but the entire market for crypto has pulled back at the point of recording this. This is obviously a pre-recorded video. I say obviously as if you would know that, you wouldn't. But look, there's a lot of positive stuff in the works when it comes to Cardano. The scaling solution, the Bitcoin liquidity access, and the Midnight project, right? The compliant privacy aspect of things, right? So Cardano Midnight Network hits 1 million in mining addresses. So there's over 1 million addresses mining the Cardano Midnight Network scavenger hunt, and I'll show you mine now. So this is what it looks like when you're mining. At the moment, I've got just over 800 night tokens, and there's 5 days remaining at the point that this video has been recorded. It'll probably be about 3 days by the time this video is actually aired. Now stick with me, because I will be talking about the Midnight price prediction for 2026 and 2030. But first of all, don't forget you can delegate your Cardano ADA to the cheeky crypto stake pool and earn some staking rewards. We have over 1,480 people delegating or staking to our stake pool. We have 7.8 million ADA staked to us. Why not join our stake pool right now? So the Midnight price prediction then for 2026 and 2030. So look, I've used ChatGPT to have a look at this. I've told it to do some deep research on the actual project, right? Talking about why it's, so wonderful, fixed supply of 24 billion tokens. So it's had a look at the tokenomics, it's had a look at everything. It's highlighted some key risks. So even though the idea is compelling, execution risk is high. Building a scalable, private enabled blockchain with real adoption is non-trivial. Competition is strong. Many privacy slash blockchain projects out there. Token value depends on usage of the chain, transactions, smart contract, dApps, governance, participation, and so on. 24 billion token supply is quite large. So unless there's demand, then it's going to be very interesting. Token release, distribution schedule, and unlocking tokens may create selling pressure. Dig into the tokenomics, regulatory risks, privacy. Blockchains can attract more scrutiny. Though Midnight's rotational privacy design tries to mitigate this, still risk remains. So, want to take some of this into consideration, obviously. But this is where we get into the scenario. So for 2026, ChatGPT says that the low case market cap would be $500 million. That would mean that the token price would be just over 7 cents. The mid-range case would be $1 billion market cap. That would be 14 cent a token. And if you were to look at it aggressively, we could be looking at a $2 billion market cap, 29 cents. So, basically ChatGPT is suggesting that it is possible in 2026 to have a price range of between 5 cent and 30 cent per night token. When we look at 2030, it ranges anywhere between 33 cent on the low end to $1.33 the top end. So the plausible 2030 price range might be somewhere between 30 cent and $1.30. So again, just really interesting, I should say. And the favorite numbers for ChatGPT is between 12 and 15 cent in 2026 and between 60 and 80 cent for night tokens in 2030. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that in the comments below. Really interested to get your views and opinions. Now, with all that said, Charles Hoskinson shills Midnight Network in a race to $100 billion valuation. So, big numbers are being spoken about. Zcash gains attention with privacy features rising towards potential $100 billion market cap. So Charles Hoskinson has talked about this being a $10 trillion market cap, which, when you kind of consider the price predictions that we were just talking about, right, that would be around, 67 cent a token at $10 billion. It's no small feat. So look, very exciting times, and Midnight, I personally think, is a much better proposition than Zcash. But you can let me know whether you agree or disagree in the comments below. And finally, Midnight, the 4th generation of cryptocurrency. Charles Hoskinson has done his famous whiteboard video for Midnight. So again, just very, very interesting stuff. I am potentially going to be catching up with Charles Hoskinson very soon. So let me know in the comments below what questions you should, have me ask Charles Hoskinson in regards to Cardano, ADA, and Midnight's token, Night or Dust. Really interested to get your views and opinions as well. Join us in the free educational Discord. Link is in the description of the video, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.